Anyway, if you have been with us before, you know what happens next. If this is your first time, please grab your remote, have that thumb on the play button, but do not press it yet because we're going to be doing that at the same time. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's funny that we have a completely different title again. It's called Freshly Painted in Germany.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
It's called Work in the House in here.
Suki looks a little bit like Pippi Longstockings here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Was that the first reference we've heard them make to country music?
I think so.
Didn't they listen to country music while they drove to Harvard?
Yeah, I think they did.
Well, the troubadour sang Mama Tried.
Yeah, but he put a different spin on it. It wasn't like country-esque.
Really? I thought it was very country-esque.
I didn't think so, but I do think, John, that even though this episode may not be a fan favorite, that you will particularly like it because there's something that you've been anticipating since season 1 that appears in this episode.
Oh, damn.
That's
Hold
interesting.
up, guys. My bird is singing the song. Listen.
I can't even think of what it is, but I'm excited to find out.
Well, you haven't been with us in season 1, so have I been mentioning it since season 1, or is it just something I talked about in season 1?
I
have been mentioning
it. Yes.
Every time the theme song comes on, she starts dancing.
You have a whole catchphrase about
Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Please tell me that Mia is not coming back.
No.
Yeah, that's it. No, not this season.
We don't really have community service here, so what is kind of like the minimum someone can do to be given community service?
Really anything. I had to do 32 for my senior for graduation, but you could have low as 5.
Oh, okay.
From which country are you, Lee?
I'm from Ireland.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know, I'm so excited that there's other Europeans here today.
Yeah, I'm from Germany. We have something similar. If you do something, it's not enough for jail, but not enough to get nothing.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about this conversation. If I shut my phone off and turn it back on, will I be on the couch still?
You should be.
Okay.
If not, I'll mention it.
Thank you. I bet she was loving this scene.
What movie is he talking about?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Go on a website or something. I love that.
This would have been right after the third of the prequel trilogies, I think. And this would have been that one.
Regina says it's Revenge of the Sith, to be specific.
I was gonna say, because that the running up a hill and all that stuff, I was like, what are they talking about?
They can fire jetpacks, but they can't scurry. Hey, he's back.
Oh yeah, TJ.
Vava.
Oh my god.
John, you were just talking about last night, TJ.
I love TJ.
Has Michael DeLuise ever been to FanFest?
No.
Oh, shame.
But like, who knew there was that nook back there? There's always been a wall there, right?
Maybe TJ knocked it down.
True, that's very viable option.
He fought with a towel rag.
He knocked down the wall so
Yeah,
he
I
could
don't think
complete
we've
the
ever
shelf.
seen that corner. I don't think we've seen it, and I honestly can't remember if we ever see it after this episode.
I'm back. Stupid Twitter wouldn't let me post my tweets, so that's the first late tweet I've ever had.
Dogs!
Cute doggies!
Oh,
And a
I have a
pig.
feeling I know
Oh,
what's
the pig!
coming.
Yep.
I have a feeling I know
John.
what's coming. Is that pig Paul Anka?
Yep.
Is that
And
pig?
no,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's Paul Anka. And no.
John, you're gonna be very happy.
Sorry, guys. I'm very excited.
I love Paul
Hey, you and me both.
Am I correct in thinking at some point they actually show a sign for a real adoption agency?
Yes, petfinder.com.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love it.
Miss Patty's face.
I love this
The pig
bit.
looks dead.
Did not kill the pig, Patty.
Skippy!
I mean, that dog is very, very the dog from Annie.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Sandy.
Okay, considering my
Go
tweet
see
was
March
like,
of
can
the
y'all go
Penguins.
show it some love? Please.
Look at him.
Do you think that there's going to be a dumb dog reference?
Oh, I
I
don't
can't
think
remember if there is or not.
It
But it would have
feels
been.
like there. It feels like Amy would put a dumb dog reference in there, especially given how much that dog looks like Sandy.
I love Liz's necklace.
It's very Liz to keep wearing a ring that almost got her finger amputated.
Somebody give him
Yeah,
some
that
money
was
to get her
sweet.
something that's not gonna kill her finger.
This is an amazing hair season for Lorelai, I have to say.
It's one of my
And
faves.
and Alexis too.
Yes.
Wow, I love that Liz lives in Happy Land.
Yes.
So, John, are you happy that you met Paulinka finally?
Finally. Although
No,
we don't
You've
have
only
that
been
name yet.
asking about every dog that we see, so now you don't have to ask.
Every dog and every pig as well.
I mean, we don't technically
we
know
don't actually
Paulinka yet,
officially
I
have
will
a name
say.
yet. It's that dog could be named Benji. It could be named.
It looks like a Benji.
I can't
Could be
believe
named Sandy.
Richard said that he shouldn't be able to afford an MP3 device.
Can we just admire that table?
They must
It's
be
like
having at
Rory's
least
having her
10
last
more
meal.
people over.
It's like the Last Supper, but make it breakfast.
Yes. What is it about our government while I try and cheat the system at the same time? Very hypocritical, Richard.
Denial. Best way to cope with things.
She said, "Eat the rest of this." Really?
I mean, she could.
I want to eat the rest of that.
I want all those pastries.
A nod to the...
Is that supposed to be kind of a nod to The Graduate,
Yes.
or is that that's not The Graduate, is it?
That's The Graduate.
That is The Graduate, right?
Yeah, that is.
And they've already done a Graduate reference because they had that I kind of had that Graduate moment there at the very back of the bus with Rory and Jess in
Yeah.
What a beautiful scene.
At the end of season 3.
We need to set The Graduate up for a watch because I've never seen it.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's a good idea.
I
Yes,
haven't
let's do
either.
that. It's so good.
I love this scene.
Me too, it's so good.
I love how she's.
God, I can't even remember that much.
Like, she has to pretend like she doesn't speak Spanish, which I find very funny because that is her first language.
Oh, yeah.
What was that language?
This is so disgusting to me.
Oh, it's horrific.
Emily is like reason number whatever that she's like the worst character on the show.
I think this scene doesn't fit because Emily travels so much. Why shouldn't she recognize Spanish. That makes
That is
no
true,
sense at
Claudia.
all.
She travels to
definitely
Europe,
should.
in the rich part of Europe, and she stays in big hotels and learns things like French, because those are like high tier kind of thing.
Well,
Yeah, I
Spain's
think
in
she just like
Europe.
doesn't care. Like it's showing that she doesn't care.
Palenka.
He's not Palenka yet, guys.
Oh, sorry. Dog.
His name is Coco. There it is.
This is very true.
I had a dog like that hated toys.
My
It's
dog
more
is
of a
scared of
cat thing.
popcorn. My dog is totally scared of popcorn.
Is your dog Palenka?
And
I think
also
that's where we're gonna discover.
my dog isn't interested in most of the stuff she talked about it either.
My dog, may he rest in peace, loves squeaky toys, but he also acted like he was a cat. So
My cat thinks he's a dog.
I love how her not being able to take care of animals is a running bit on the show.
I love it too.
I hate it. I hate it so much that it's okay to just leave animals dying just because of a joke. I don't like that.
I'm with you, Claudia.
But Skippy didn't die. She just returned him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's just not okay to leave a hamster like this. I had so many hamsters in my life, and it's disgusting to just allow her to have a pet if she doesn't care for such a small animal. I would be furious about that. Probably another reason why I couldn't be friends with Lorelei.
Yeah, I'm with you on that as well.
Yeah.
In general, I have a real problem with not just with. I also kind of have a bit of a problem with animals being treated poorly on television, not like in the narrative. Like I have a real problem when
me too.
animals are killed on
Oh yeah.
like in like a movie or a TV show. I really don't like it at all.
Yeah, I have a problem if small animals are just not as worthy as bigger animals. That's just not okay. It's not okay to think a mouse or a hamster are not as worthy as a dog or a cat. No, thanks. That's not my kind of human.
I just love how high maintenance Palenka is. I love it.
They make buying a house seem so easy.
I know.
As someone who sort of works in like homeowners insurance, that kind of stuff, it's not that easy.
But how was it 20 years ago?
Not
I think a lot changed in the last 20 years.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I can imagine not a lot of people want to move to Stars Hollow in the middle of nowhere. You probably would have more problems in a big city.
By the way, that was also a reference. Renting it out to Korn is also a reference to something that Trix once did. She rented out her place to Korn.
Well, now Lorelai knows that they rent houses, so.
Is it easy to get people out of a house you rented?
Nope.
No. In Germany.
Yeah.
By the way, this was my harvest clock, which was really noisy.
This is funny.
It's not a full-time job. She could do it in
it's
2
really
months.
not that
It's so
much.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really not that much.
Don't forget to harvest your kernels.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the reminder.
Ugh, I hate this so much.
Claudia said something about harvest, and I was like,
also, I want to talk a little bit about the maids thing, at some point. Just that, like, the trope of like all these like European maids and their I don't know. There's something interesting about the perspective that
they're just so easy to come and go.
Well, not just that. They're all a little weird, snarly.
They're not just normal people.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. It's almost as if, like, because somebody's from like Romania, yeah, like it's almost as if, like, in Romania there aren't people who just are, normal.
Yeah, one of the few maids that we saw that seemed more normal was Esperanza.
I
She's
always
not from
thought it
Europe.
was like this cliche thing for typical American rich people think nobody is as normal as they are, especially from other countries.
That's basically what I'm getting at, Claudia. Yeah.
I get that a lot if people say, oh, it's not like in America everywhere with so many things. It's like, no, it's not like in America with TV. It's not like in America with food. So many things are different in other countries.
Oh my goodness. Is this happening?
Oh boy, is it. Irish
Their
coffee.
drinks look amazing. Like on the cart behind Rory, they all look so good.
I always find it funny
Is that
how
is
go
that
on.
one woman Scottish?
I'm not
Who,
sure.
Constance?
I think she's supposed to be kind of posh Brit.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I've always
How is she in the DAR?
Yeah, I've always thought that her accent's very hard to pin down.
I mean, we can agree that the accent is not an accent from anywhere in the United States.
She could have been born here, raised there. Boarding school or something.
There's also the transatlantic accent.
There's
Still
also
lingers somewhere.
sometimes when Americans live in another country for a short time, they think that they can speak the accent. So it could be just her
They think that they're
using.
allowed to speak with the
Yeah,
other accent that they've acquired.
yeah.
Fight or fight, flight or flight.
Claudia, do you know what Who's on First is?
I personally don't.
Lee, you don't.
I didn't get your question, sorry.
Do you know references? This is the worst draft of Who's on First in history. Do you know what Who's on First is?
Sorry, I still have no idea what you're asking. I'm probably I don't get it.
The
It's a
show
joke.
she just referenced was called Who's on First. Does anyone know what it is?
Oh, no, I have no idea. Never heard it.
I do.
It's
I do.
actually not a show. It's a comedy routine. I'll talk about it afterwards.
Lorelai's car, I saw the exact same colored Jeep, but just like the modern version of it yesterday, and I almost cried. In a good way.
My worship pastors have the newest one, and the minute she bought it, I was like, you know whose car that looks like? Even though she didn't get the reference.
I was totally just misremembering what's gonna happen because I was mixing it up with another show that has like a community service thing, and I was like, what?
Fellow prisoners.
Oh, Emily.
Yeah.
I think how they showed the first beginning, it looked like prisoners. It was like, okay, I agreed for Emily.
I think these episodes where we get to see so much of her dealing with Rory, I think we see a not very great side of Emily. Another not great side of Emily.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that she thought about it to find out information to keep Rory safe. I think it was a really caring thought, not mean thought.
Okay, so Emily just gave her cigarettes to give to people, but like it's open. Did she like take one out to smoke on the way home?
Yeah, but if you offer cigarettes, you're probably your friend, so I think that makes sense.
She probably got it from the secretary too.
I think it's just this assumption that like she obviously would never think of Rory as a prisoner, but Rory is also there doing community service, and she just thinks
Yeah.
everyone else is the worst, even though they're doing the
Yeah.
exact same thing as Rory.
No, I mean
I
like
agree.
she gave her the cigarettes, but the cigarette box was already open when she handed them to her.
Oh
Well, you
no,
know
yeah,
she
I
picked
know.
up the habit when Trix died, remember?
Oh my god, yes, that was the best.
Oh, that's right.
Perhaps it was the cigarettes she had left after the funeral.
Okay, usually I hate like jeans under dresses, but Liz pulls it off. Almost passed the test.
Almost passed.
It's like having someone fly a plane when you almost passed your flight school.
I love Kathleen's voice. I don't know if anybody's heard her music, but it's wonderful. She's so talented.
Do we have a name for these little sounds? The chicka 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 chicka.
Train sounds.
Maybe we
I
could
don't.
just call them
Yeah, I
chickens.
don't.
I feel like they need to be given a name like the Lalas because we got enough of these in the series too.
Yeah, there are
The Chugga
Lalas, there are
Chuggas.
Bapas, but I don't know if
Let's call
we
them the
have enough.
Chugga Chuggas. Let's from now on let's call
Yes.
them the Chugga
But
Chuggas.
they're guitar sounds.
Yeah, I know, but they're Chugga Chuggas.
This is so
They are
much more
fully
fun than
Chugga
guitar
Chuggas.
sounds.
Oh, this is funny.
Oh my
Coined
god.
here in Remarkist, we now have a new thing in Gilmore Girls that complements the Lalas. It's the Chugga Chuggas.
Wow.
I love this so much.
Now you need to repeat it in every episode, John, or it's an inside joke nobody who was here doesn't get. And we don't want to have that, so have fun with it. I cannot even say it.
The way Lorelai walks in is so funny.
Carl's gonna love the Chugga Chugga.
Hole! Big hole! Oh, she actually says big hole. I was referencing the bikers.
Lorelai walked into her room to see the hole, so was she somewhere else in the house when it happened, or did she not notice when she drove in?
She probably just didn't notice when she came home. What, like, probably was looking at something or I don't know.
I don't always look on the roof if I walk inside a house. Probably like look on the whenever. It's not like I wouldn't recognize it immediately. And
Wasn't Ed the one he gave those tickets to when he had them like with Nicole?
Yes.
Okay, because he said that he hasn't been to a game in ages.
Those are
Good
the lights
catch.
on
I
the
didn't notice.
like pathway to the house or no?
It's not lights, it's like a stereo or something. Oh, they need lights. Okay. Well, I'm done.
I'm just like, did she fall face first in the dirt or something? Like, what?
I was just
What is
thinking that, like,
this?
who gets that dirty by using a rod to pick up trash from the highway?
I'm not gonna lie, if it's hot outside, that's really easy to do.
Oh.
I like that color on Rory.
Ah, Taylor.
I think Alexis really nails the kind of awkward facial expressions here.
Yeah,
Definitely.
this feels like a couple that broke up under bad terms, haven't talked to each other in a while, finally talk.
Well, also
Feel.
the parallel.
Did you catch that, John?
Oh yeah, I caught that.
The parallel
caught
of
that.
after the accident with Jess, where she comes in after his fishing trip.
Oh my goodness, this is sad, man.
This is really sad.
Oof.
Did anybody hear what I said?
I could see how a lot of fans might have a hard time with this season. If this season's going
It's
to be a lot
rough.
of that.
Did anybody hear
If,
what I said?
About her coming in to talk about Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I love when Luke and Rory have scenes completely on their own.
I love how he thinks a TV guide is complicated.
The fact that Luke didn't like drop the ladder on him right there.
I love TJ's idea to start late. I always get so annoyed if someone is doing something like in a neighborhood or our house, and I think, oh, it's so early, I want to sleep.
The house that's attached to mine is literally having work done at the minute, and they're hammering and like power drilling from 6 a.m. It's disgusting.
It's illegal in here starting this early.
The Rory face. That's both Luke and Paris think that Rory has a Rory face.
Exactly.
Because I have the high ground.
I agree with Luke here. I think that
Yes.
that it was not fair for
There's a
Lorelai
giant
to
light
feel.
on that piece of wood and on all of them. It looks so funny.
Yes, now Lorelai is treating Rory like Emily, not telling her about a wedding. It's so sad.
Oh, like this is all Rory's fault?
I didn't say it's Rory's fault, but it's Lorelai's fault because she's a mother, and like keeping her out of her life is not okay.
I have thoughts on this, but I'll wait until we're actually talking.
That's how I remember, because I have a hard time remembering left and right.
I think of TJ every time.
Same.
Hey.
How many times do you think they
Solid
tried to shoot that
catch.
before
Oh,
Lawrence
that
caught
was
it?
great. I love that shot. I mean, that was a real frisbee throw and a real
Oh,
catch.
this is fun. Pay attention.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was like the most pathetic push ever.
That was the most pathetic push.
That's where the episode title comes in.
There's the episode title.
I'm hoping the other
Roll
girl got
credits.
as well.
Emily said it
Emily
earlier
said
when
it
she was
earlier.
dropping it off.
Yeah.
Dropping her off, not it.
Does anyone know
Uh-oh.
the song that Lorelai's listening to here?
No, but I can have a look later.
Is it Paul Anka?
Google said it's The Status Quo by the Pernis Brothers.
Is it allowed for Lorelai
Thanks.
to stop here at the street?
I love how she knows her mother so much that she knows that she'd redecorate the pool house.
Oof.
Ooh.
Every time, man, right in the
So
gut.
rough.
They need to grow
Wow.
up.
So rough. The
Wow.
way she says back at you. Oh.
Yeah. That, I mean, the thing about that is that did Lorelai just stop to just unload on her?
Yep. I think
Like,
it would have. She physically
So
couldn't
petty.
keep driving when she saw Rory. Like that's the first time she's
yeah, I know
seen
she
her.
couldn't keep. Yeah, but not. But yeah, exactly. She couldn't keep driving. She had to stop, but not to do. It seems like not to do anything except just unload on her.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
pretty
Lorelai
much.
is.
Yeah.
Behaving like a teenager most of the time.
Yeah, if you think about it though, she hasn't had the chance to get her anger out when it comes to Rory. This is like the first time.
Yeah.
So